to Investigate with Kate. Today I'm here with Shilonda Shamlin.
Hi. I love it.
Okay. First question. In my opinion, not in my opinion, it's just the best. The 80s is the best decade for music.
I totally agree. But I'm like, what in the world? When were you born? How do you know the 80s is the best music?
Mentally, I was born in 1969.
Is that right?
Physically,
you and I mentally and my real age, you're only 1 year off. I was born in 1960.
How would you describe your life using an 80s song title?
This is probably the only question that I was prepared for because I went to your website and saw you ask this question. So I already have my song in mind. Just want you to know I did cheat. And as I thought about all those wonderful songs that I love, I at this point, I would have to go, and I'll never forget, Kate, because at first I didn't come up with this song. But do you remember Irene Cara? What a Feeling? What a feeling. Beings believe. Okay, now go back to that time period. I just see myself at a high school pep rally. I had on the red headband. I had on the gray little, what do you call those shirts? I don't know, but the red warm leg warmers and all that. And I was singing What a Feeling, which is why I don't know why I didn't think of that song initially, but for sure, What a Feeling, because I've gone through so much, even in this last year, because I have had a diagnosis of cancer. And you know what? Everybody always asks, you're still looking great, you're still doing great, and you're just so pumped, is what they say. But I tell you what, I am amazed at it all, and I thank God for it all. But my feeling, this what a feeling, is like, you know what? In all of this that's happened, I'm still very confident. My faith has not been shaken. I tell everybody I am not shaking because God is not surprised, and He has ordained all of my days before one of them came to be. And but it's just a great feeling knowing, because until we older people say stuff like a faith that hasn't been tried or tested can't be trusted, kind of thing. And I feel like I am being tested, and I feel like, God, I'm so glad that I've built a solid foundation in God, that I can just still be happy and trusting God that all things are going to work out for my good, and that, you know what, it's all okay.
No. If you could have had another career, what would your dream job be?
Oh my God. Now, Kate, I am not even going to entertain that, because my dream job has always been to teach. And after teaching for 30 years, it's so spot on. I just love teaching. I was actually a principal for a little while, as your mom, you know, but didn't love that. Hated it, actually. I love kids. I love working with kids. So I've always loved teaching. I love teaching way more than being an administrator, but I just love teaching, and I love kids. So there's no other job in the world that I think would satisfy my need to teach, number one, and then just to form those relationships with my students that I've had. It's just priceless, and I wouldn't trade that.
Stranded in a Louisiana swamp for a year, you could only take 3 things from your classroom. What would it be?
From my classroom? Does it have to be from my classroom?
Or just like
because I've been retired for 2 years.
Yeah. Like
so can I just say any 3 things? That makes it easier at this point. Let me think, though. Oh, can I have a phone?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to take the phone, because just in case I get into some trouble, I want to be able to call somebody. You know, I would enjoy being alone. So the phone would be there just for an emergency, you know, because I'm not one of those, I don't like the phone for all this other stuff, social media. I'm not a social media person. But just in case there's an emergency, I just want the phone there. All right. The other thing, that's just hard. On an island by myself, 3 things. And of course, I'm just assuming, you didn't give me any qualifiers or anything, but I have to be there by myself just for a certain amount of time. Well, I would say a Bible, okay, and just because I love the Word of God so much, and um, I have begun to memorize a lot of it, and I'm so grateful for that, because I think about sometimes, what if I am stranded on an island? Or I know this other YouTuber who he got it started memorizing the Bible because he was in a country that didn't allow them to have the Bible, and he didn't have the Word, and he felt just very lost. And he came back home and got out of that situation and decided, I'm going to start memorizing the Word. And he encourages everybody to do that, because of course, what if we're in that situation where you can't have access to the Bible? But since I have access, I'll take the Bible. And then we're not talking about the necessities, water and food and all that, right? We're just talking about other stuff. I got water, I got food. All right. Am I just getting extras here?
Well,
give me water and food, Kate. Make my life easier. Just say, you got water and food. Say, yes, you got water and food. So what's the other thing?
Yes,
okay.
You got water and food.
Okay, good. Because I was going to say, give me more water and food. And I gotta survive somehow. And it could be fish. I mean, I guess I got ways of getting fish. Oh, God, help me if I had to go and get my own fish, though. But anyway, not counting the water and food. I got my Bible. I got the phone for emergencies. I really can't think of anything else.
So you've mentioned that you've undergone treatments. Mm-hmm. So what's next?
Okay, in regards to the treatments, what's next, or just in general in my life?
In general.
Okay, so yes, I have undergone, now I can't say the word, treatments for cancer. And Kate, I am just so amazed myself, because really, my idea of cancer, and and you're younger, but it's scary. People talk about cancer, and the first thing they think of is you're going to die, kind of thing. And truth be told, I've had those instances where literally, as a matter of fact, I just thought of this, but last week I went to Texas to get my follow-up eye exam, because the reason I found out I had cancer is because I thought I had eye problems. And guess who's my eye doctor? Do you know who my eye doctor is?
I do not.
He's a relative.
Oh,
he's your relative.
I didn't know that was him.
Dr. Roten, I go to Dr. Roten. Dr. Roten, I think, based on, I had diagnosed myself, but we do that sometimes. A friend had told me, and I was giving symptoms, and she says, you must have a detached retina. So I said, Dr. Roten, I think I have a detached retina according to my description to a friend. Lo and behold, long story short, it ends up being cancer. He referred me to a specialist. The specialist referred me to a specialist. But I'm getting back to this point. I'm going to jump ahead to, this was like a week before Christmas. But as of last week, I went back, because I've gone back to the specialist at least 3 times since I've had the radiation to my eyes. And I was literally losing eyesight by the day. Like, they literally thought I was going to be blind. And I'm not blind. It stopped. The radiation cured it. It stopped all, and the cancer is gone. But this is the thing, and I said, people think you're going to die when you hear cancer. But I literally walked into the doctor's office, the eye specialist office last week, and she goes, I'm sorry. I'm just so glad to see you. I just didn't ever think I'd see you again. And this is a doctor, and she was just like, you're such a miracle. You are such an inspiration to all of us, because I'm saying that, and I'm saying it because I know you can take it, because I know the day I told you it was cancer, you were just sitting there and just like, okay, all right, wonderful. I thought this is going to be a detached retina, but it's cancer. So now what next? And she goes, she's mocking me. And I was like, and she said, you said something about God knows your plan. She said, I don't know what you said, but you said it, and I remembered it. And she goes, and I was just thinking, that poor lady, she just doesn't know, because I have pancreatic cancer, which is the most deadly, probably, of the cancers. But I say all that to say, my cancer tumor has shrunk. Another miracle is that they say and the doctors won't say it's a miracle. She's the only one, but all my other doctors won't call it a miracle, but I know it is a miracle. They just say I'm unique in the sense that I'm at stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And that means that it usually by then has spread throughout your body. Mine, and it touches your organs. And that's why it's so deadly, because usually by the time they detect pancreatic cancer, it's too late, because it's already spread. Mine spread, but it went directly to the eyes, which is so unusual. It's my miracle. And I said, God wanted me to see. But not only that, the tumor has shrunk. And that was before my second round of treatment. That was only after the first round. So I've had a second round. So I'm just knowing.
Okay, well, thank you for watching Investigate with Kate. And today, Investigate with Shilonda Shamlin. So, how can we find you? Not in a weird way.
Thank you. We don't want anybody finding me in a weird way. But I have started a YouTube channel, Scripture Memory Guarantee.